um, Software and SF Neri. Thank you for the sponsorship. And a quick introduction about myself. I'm Aishwarya, working as solution architect in entity data. And I'm an active community speaker and have presented in many sessions, virtual and in person. I'm an SFMC enthusiast. I have around 10 years of experience on SFMC. And yeah, in past few years, I'm also working on data cloud and agent force related projects. And I'm 7 times Salesforce certified consultant. And I'm also an author on one of my website, SFMC Stories. And this is my Trailhead URL. And if you want to follow me on Trailhead, please do follow. I'll be answering questions on Marketing Cloud mostly. And these are my social handles: LinkedIn, Twitter, and on YouTube. I have a channel on SFMC Stories where I'm covering topics related to SFM Marketing Cloud Growth Edition. That is a series actually. I've started a few months back, and now I'm covering topics on Data Cloud. If anyone wants to learn from basic level what is Data Cloud, you can very well follow my channel. And I also have a Slack channel. Again, if you have any questions on Marketing Cloud, Data Cloud, Agent Force, you can connect with me on Slack as well. There I will be having a regular huddle with the team to understand their problems. If I can resolve, I'll try to resolve their problems on a call. So yeah, these are some of the sessions or the contributions that I have given to the community so far. Starting with community events, I presented in person in Bengaluru Dreaming 24 and MC Square 2025 on these two topics: demystifying Marketing Cloud Growth Edition and next gen personalization in Marketing Cloud. And I've also given some guest blogs on IAN Insights, and these are the two blogs given there. And community sessions virtual, you can see a list over here. These are all recorded sessions. I do have some unrecorded sessions as well, which is not listed over here. And now I'm actively participating in Each One Teach One initiative, where we can teach one person in the community, and it's like a chain, Trailblazer chain. We will teach one person on a topic, and they can learn the topic in 4 weeks, and they can teach the same topic to someone else. So that is like a chain, lifelong journey kind of thing, where I'll be training on Marketing Cloud, Data Cloud, and Agent Force. Okay, so here is the agenda. I'll just start with few housekeeping items, and we'll get into Agentblazer status, what it is, roadmap to Agentblazer champion, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and you can see the big list over here. Before we get started, I just wanted to check your excitement level today. What do you think about this session? What you are expecting from this session? Please do drop your comments in the chat. We'll read it later. And yeah, like let's keep this as interactive as possible. So if at all, if you have question, you can drop it in the chat. I'll be giving some pause here and there. We'll take up the questions in between. However, we have some dedicated time at the end of the session where we will cover all the Q&A things. And also drop in the comment like how many of you already started Agentblazer champion. If you're stuck anywhere, any comments related to that is also acceptable. Okay, with that said, housekeeping items. So we are discussing based on the modules, trails, super badges, available part of current state. Like this might be changing, like as and when the new features are added into Agent Force. These badges and also the modules, whatever we are going to discuss, trails, whatever we are going to discuss, might get updated. So whatever available as of today, that is what we are going to discuss in this session. And this is a recorded session, and you can find the recording on YouTube. Here is the URL for the YouTube channel. And this is a two-part series, as Padma sir mentioned earlier. Make sure to attend both, and one lucky winner who attends both, and again who is more interactive with me, asking questions, or maybe what to say, completing the challenges also matters here, will win a Salesforce certification voucher. Okay, so the first topic here is like Agentblazer status. As all of you know, this is the reason why you joined this session today. So we'll discuss about Agentblazer Champion in today's session, and in our next session we are going to cover about Agentblazer Innovator. And there is one more new shiny badge available, that is Agentblazer Legend 2025. So that would be the next. Again, in between these things, you also need to complete your certification on Agent Force. Then you'll be able to access Agentblazer Legend. So what we are going to cover here in Agentblazer Champion. First, you need to gain foundational knowledge, like what is AI, how AI is in Salesforce, like what are all the capabilities of AI available as of today in Salesforce, what is the future of Salesforce AI. Those things we'll understand in today's topic. And we'll also build some, again, if time permits, we'll try to build an agent and identify some agent use cases as well. Then, in the next session, in the innovator session, we are going to understand more about the sales and service agent. Today, we'll just have an overview of it: what is sales agent, what is service agent. But in the upcoming session, we'll have more details about it: what is sales service agent. Then, lead AI initiatives, then drive business outcomes, all related to, again, these three badges. If you learn completely, you will have better idea as an architect, as a consultant, as a developer, and also as a business analyst. You'll get a better idea on this Agent Force um, platform, or maybe agent builder details available on that. Okay, so Agentblazer Legend is the new one. Just a month back, it was released, and managing a full agent life cycle from the initial stage to the final stage is what this Agentblazer is. Legend is all about, and it involves lot of development work and lot of super badges there. And you are going to work on Slack also, connecting with Slack. Those type of modules are also there. But the prerequisite to enter into Agentblazer Legend is you need to complete Agent Force Specialist certification. Then build advanced customization on Agent Force certification. As I said, these are the things today, and hopefully we might get a few more badges or few more super badges on Agent Force. So this is the URL. Maybe keep this URL ready. If you are on the screen, please open this URL and keep it ready. We'll discuss on that in a while. Okay, before that, I'll quickly check in the chat if we have any comments, anything. Badge yet to get agent for specialist. Looking forward to learn. So Amrita has given, like, she has completed champion badge. Yet to get agent for specialist certified. Looking forward to learn and clear the same alongside enhancing my Salesforce AI knowledge. Then looking forward to, Ayush has mentioned, gain capability related to Agentblazer. Okay, fine. So please do add your comments, questions in the chat, and we'll continue. This is the roadmap that you need to look into when you want to complete your Agentblazer Champion related badge. We have four major trail mixes available, starting with get started with artificial intelligence basics. Then we are going to discuss about explore Salesforce AI. Sorry. Okay, then third topic is meet Agent Force, and then the last topic is get hands-on with Agent Force. And if you complete all these four topics, we'll enter into Agentblazer Champion. And again, at least we need a minimum of 3-4 hours, or maybe more than that, based on the challenges we come across. So I'll give you some glimpse of each and every module in this session. You can go and try on your own in your free time. And also, whoever want to answer the most of the things are theory part today. So if you want to go and answer the questions then and there, that is also fine. But maybe before you join the next session, make sure to complete this badge, Agentblazer Champion badge. So that would be very helpful to understand next concepts on Innovator badge. Okay, so let's start. So before that, I want to ask a question, like, how many of you know what is AI and how different AI is from automation?
Actually, yeah, good morning. Sorry to interrupt. I also see some hands being raised. So
Mhm.
are you okay to entertain questions along
Yeah,
with?
yeah, sure.
Okay. Somnath, I saw your hand being raised. Maybe I think if you had a question, intended to ask a question, go ahead and ask. Okay, no worries. No, no, no problem. Yeah, Aishwarya, please continue.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was your question? Can you please repeat?
Okay, I'm just checking the chats. Okay. My question was like, what is the difference between AI and automation? And can anyone tell me like what is AI? And I see most of them have completed innovator badge, completed champion badge. And Leela Mohan has a question here like planning to take up Salesforce admin certification. Is Agentblazer completely a different path? Yes, it is a different path. Again, you need to understand basics of Salesforce, definitely. So once you complete admin, maybe you can focus on agents, but parallelly also you can learn Agentforce. That's not a problem. Only thing is you need to understand basics of Salesforce, but no prerequisite on admin certification. Okay, Bimesh is telling that in this reasoning capability, but automation, no. Okay, okay, so we'll get started on the next steps here. Automation is strictly defined, predeterministic rule-based set of instruction. AI is capable of taking autonomous decision based on how the scenarios. Correct. So AI is like it takes a decision based on some data, like whatever data you feed into AI, based on that, it is going to check some patterns or maybe the previous data, what is available. Based on that, it is going to give you some information. That is AI. But automation is like if you want to remove or ignore or like overcome any repetitive task that you are doing on a daily basis, you can make use of automation. So again, both of the things, AI and automation, will go hand in hand. But still people get confused with the terminology, like what is artificial intelligence and what is automation. They think both are one and the same, and we can make it automated, like we can AI means automation. That is what people, few people think nowadays. So no, that's not totally same. They are completely different, and AI is based on some information that you're going to give, some rules that you're going to set. That is automation. And based on the data, whatever you need to perform, you need to analyze. That is what AI is going to do for you. And there are a lot of details about it. Maybe as and when we progress, we will discuss more about AI and automation as well. So first on the slide is artificial intelligence and machine learning. Maybe people gets confused on these terminologies. There are a lot of terminologies when we get into data engineering topic, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, then natural language processing, then neural networks. There are a lot many topics related to it, but today we will touch base on few important topics, and later if time permits we'll discuss little more. But yeah, whatever is sufficient for today's discussion, I'll be discussing only those many highlighted topics. Okay, first of all, artificial intelligence. As all of you already know, this is a topic or a booming topic in current trend. What it is going to do, it will mimic or maybe duplicate or duplicate your human intelligence. What a human can do, similarly, and machine can do same type of work. That is what artificial intelligence is all about. Again, now you can compare to automation, whether automation will do this type of task. No, right? Like automation will not do what human will do. it will do repetitive task. You are going to give some instruction, okay, run this flow on a daily basis on at this particular time, it is going to run. But what it is going to do, it's not going to perform any human related task. It's not going to think on its own, whether I'm doing the right thing or not, whether I'm going to send a right email or not, whether I'm going to update the right record or not. Those things will not be handled by automation, but AI can do that. AI can think on its own and respond back. So that is what the powerful feature of artificial intelligence. And when we think about artificial intelligence, there are a lot of different stories behind it. Maybe I'll uncover few stories in the next slides. Okay, so first is machine learning. Machine learning is like a subfield of artificial intelligence. Okay, let's take I have one image on this also. We have one big circle, and that big circle is artificial intelligence, and within that a subset of it is machine learning, where we are going to use some algorithms based on which data will be trained, and we are going to work on some models, and that models will also will be trained on the data, and based on that training itself, the predictive reasoning happens. Okay, so that is machine learning. And on the other hand, deep learning is a subset of machine learning. So I'm having one big circle, that is artificial intelligence. Within that I have one smaller circle, that is machine learning, and within that smaller circle I have one more circle, that is deep learning. So deep learning is a subset of machine learning that uses advanced models built using neural network. So what is this neural network? A terminology, a new terminology, which means like it is more or less a replication of human nervous system, right? How nervous system is connected. The neural network is connected everywhere from brain to toe, right? So that connectivity is available in this neural network, and each and every data whatever you're going to feed into the machine, that will be connected to the next steps. So that is what deep learning is about. And there will be lot of network data, like the each and every point whatever you're going to give as a data set, that will be interlinked. So that is what deep learning is all about, and that will help you in managing all complex tasks. As a machine can learn few details from the data whatever you're going to pass, and based on that it will perform all complex tasks. So I've just added one example over here. So let's say I wanted to identify an cat image. How an AI can understand this is a cat image? Uh, Again, based on the patterns that I have fed already. So again, you can think of Chat GPT here. When you ask Chat GPT to generate an image, it is going to give you a like generation of that image. Again, one classic example I'll usually take when I'm presenting on AI is like the Ghibli art which happened recently, like Ghibli art related things. Maybe there were a lot of memes and reels behind that, where people used to mock AI, telling that it did not give the proper image, it was giving some other images. That is because of the patterns, like whatever patterns it is going to see on that image, based on that, based on its understanding, it is going to give you an image, right? That's not always accurate. It might be varied also, but based on the level of training that you're going to do on that particular model, it is going to give you proper response. So here this example is like whenever any new species or new animals is fed into the model, it should give me the proper response. Maybe the a new animal is having face of a dog and body of a crocodile, so it shouldn't tell me that this is an elephant. It should give me a proper response, or it should be at least nearest to that response. It should either tell me a crocodile, or it should either tell me an dog, right? So that level of training needs to be done. So data plays a major role in artificial intelligence. So now we'll understand evolution of AI. First, everything started in 1950, where Alan Turing, I don't know how many of you know this person, Alan Turing. He is the person who started everything, where he first asked a question like, can machines think? And that particular question made him to test a few things on the machines, and that was nothing known as that was known as Turing test. where he tested whether human and machine can answer some questions similarly or almost equally. In that, again, machine proved itself correct that machine can answer questions whatever human is going to ask. That was the first test where human tested a machine, and that proved itself that it can handle all the tasks given by a human being. Then in 1956, the terminology artificial intelligence was coined, and this happened in Dartmouth Summer Conference, where they explored more about if machines can simulate human intelligence. So all this human intelligence related experiments started then itself, like in 1956 itself, they started this experiment. Then in 1960s, 1960s to like 1997, there was no much progress, even though there was few work happening behind the scenes, like here and there. But because of low funding and low interest on technology, people were not progressive enough, and they stopped working much on artificial intelligence. So in 1997, IBM Deep Blue. So this is similar to a robo, which defeated a world chess champion, Gary Kasparov. That videos are also available in YouTube. If you want, you can go and check. So Deep Blue is a machine actually, and that defeated a world chess champion, Gary Kasparov. Then in 1990s to 2000, advancement of technology, computers and internet expanded across globe, and this made a few more improvements in AI, but nothing as more mentioned, like more highlighted type of advancement didn't happen, but somehow the technology got improved. Then in 2006, deep learning based paper was published by Geoffrey Hinton, where the discussion is on neural network. Sorry for the typo there. So neural network inspired deep learning techniques. So that is what neural network, I already told what it is, and deep learning related first paper was released in 2006. Then in 2011, IBM Watson. Again, this is also like an robot which participated in a quiz, and it won the quiz along with a normal human being. So that happened in 2011. Then 2012, deep neural networks. Again, the more details about this was published, and they did do some invention on deep neural networks. The people behind this is Jeff Dean and Andrew Ng. Then in 2017, Google Brain, which was introduced a transformer. So what is transformer? This is a sequential data processing. So the data what you fed initially, that will be enhanced, and again whatever is currently there, even if you feed a few more details, that will be again enhanced to next level. So it's a sequential data processing. So that is a again, if you go and check transformer, it's a huge topic. Everything on the networking side, and also on the artificial data engineering side of it. Then 2018, OpenAI. All of you, I think, know OpenAI. Whoever is using ChatGPT, everyone would know what is OpenAI. OpenAI's first version of ChatGPT was introduced in 2018, and they were using large language model. We'll discuss what is large language model once we get into the trails. Then 2022, ChatGPT introduced. All of you know what is ChatGPT, so no much information that I need to provide. Then 2025, the recent version of ChatGPT, I mean to say GPT-5, was introduced. So what is this GPT all about? The full form is Generative Pre-trained Transformer. So transformer we saw in 2017. That is the, like, again, extended version. It is going to understand your questions, and respond back to your questions in a meaningful way. This is the overall evolution of AI. There are a lot of things behind the scenes. There are a lot of papers, works done by a lot of scientists, all these things. But I haven't given all those details over here. But again, if anyone interested, you can go and check the evolution of AI. There are very more details available in Wikipedia. Okay, so one more concept which you might have not come across more frequently, that is generative adversarial network. So this is one interesting topic which I liked personally. So it has generator and discriminator. These are two neural networks which is behind this generative adversarial network. So you can see the image below. That is how the network would look like. Input layer, and there will be some hidden layers with lot of processing and algorithms behind, and there will be an output layer generated. So this generator, what is this generator and what is this discriminator? I'll just give you a story. Let's say there is a big uh, release, like there is one cinema release. Maybe you can relate to the recent release which happened, like Rajinikanth's movie Coolie. So some you and your friend need to get a buy a ticket for that movie, but unfortunately there was only one ticket available, and you were not able to buy the other ticket. It's there, like you have the seat, but unfortunately that seat, the ticket vendor is not giving you that particular ticket. They are giving you only one single ticket, but you are two people. So what you and your friend will do again, this is all what to say, just some um, some assumptions, okay, not a real thing, and don't try it anywhere. What it is going to, what you're going to do, you're going to tell your friend to create an similar kind of ticket, because you have the original ticket. You will tell your friend to create a similar kind of ticket, and you're going to fake it. You're going to take that fake ticket to the ticket person, and they will see whether it is correct or not, and definitely that will be rejected, because might be there will be some QR code or some minor things that you might have not noticed. Again you'll come back, and you're going to rework on it and make the changes, and again you're going to go back for a maybe next movie or so. You will again try to change that pattern and take for the next time. But again you're going to repeat this process multiple times, but one fine day you will be successful, where you will be mimicking the actual ticket with the fake version. Okay, so what happened here, there were a lot of iteration where like someone is going to tell you that this is no, this is not correct, this is fake, like that. And that is what this generator and discriminator will do. Discriminator is like a detective. When you show some picture to it, it has to guess whether it is a real picture or a fake picture. Okay, and that is the discriminator job, to understand like when you just give a ticket, what happened, the person who is standing to collect a ticket, he will tell, no, this is not a proper ticket, this is a fake ticket. So that is what discriminator will do. Then the generator is going to feed a lot of information, and it is going to mimic the same pattern. Okay, maybe you are the engineer behind that who is going to create that fake ticket. So you will be the generator, and the ticket person who was telling it's fake, that person would be a discriminator. Okay, so that is what behind this generative adversarial network. And this is also a neural network in the machine learning model inspired by human brain, that learns by processing data through interconnected nodes, similar to neurons. So you can see the human brain related neural network also here. So this one image on A, that is what neural network of human body looks like. Okay, so advent of generative AI. Maybe whatever we discuss now, that is what basics of AI is all about. And there are two main major topics when we say AI: predictive AI and generative AI. Predictive AI is like based on some previous data and whatever happened in the past. It is going to give you some idea about what is going to happen in future. So let's say weather forecast. When I take weather forecast, maybe in my place it's going to rain today. How I got to know? Because of the weather forecast. And how did weather forecast get to know this? Because there might be similar kind of weather report which was available few years back, or maybe few days back. Based on that pattern, today weather report generated that the similar type of thing happened in the past, and we can see similar things in the environment. So maybe that is why today it's going to rain. So that is what predictive AI will do. Okay, it will predict, it might rain or it might not rain. Okay, depends, it's not always true. On the other hand, generative AI is like it is going to think on its own, again with some amount of data, whichever we discussed earlier about maybe that crocodile image. So even as soon as you feed a data, it's going to understand what data it is, maybe based on some training that you might have already did when creating this particular model. You might have given some inputs already. Based on that, it is going to give you a response. Okay, so generative AI, chat GPT, all these things will come under generative AI, where you are going to give some natural language questions. Maybe you can also give some voice messages, and it is going to respond back to your message. So that is all about generative AI and how this was invented, because there was some challenges in the traditional AI models that was there, like limited creativity. It was not creating anything new. It was just understanding what you are telling, learning. Data was just data was fed into the system. It was learning, that's it. Nothing new was produced. Then language understanding was totally, it was not there. And data dependency, as I told, AI is dependent on data, but in the past, major dependency was there. Then narrow specialization, only like one way thinking. It was not thinking out of the box, only one way thinking. And lack of context, it was not giving any semantic details. Semantic means like meaningful details on the topic. Then high computational requirements, like when you want to process, it was taking a long time. And now if you just ask a question to chat gpt, it is going to respond back within few seconds. But earlier it was not the case. It used to take a lot of time. So that is where generative AI was introduced. And again, there was a lot of things behind the scenes which made them to introduce generative AI. uh, Again, these are the capabilities, generative AI capabilities: creative content creation, natural language understanding and generation, improved conversational abilities, automation of content generation. Here we can see automation. We'll discuss a little more on this. Then personalization, addressing data shortages, fostering innovation and creativity. So most of the things are straightforward, so nothing much I need to explain here, I believe. So yeah, we'll get into the next one. So this was the circle which I was telling earlier. The big circle is artificial intelligence, then machine learning, then deep learning, then generative AI. And within generative AI, we have chat GPT, small part of generative AI. And there is one example also, like I'm going to ask like a blue color cat wearing spectacles, detailed background, black and white. Okay, so if I give this type of information, it is going to give me a blue cat wearing a spectacles. So this is what a generative AI is going to do. I'm just going to give a prompt, or maybe a text message, and it is going to respond back to my message like a human being. Okay, so this is our first trail module, or first trail mix available. Get started with artificial intelligence basics. In this, we have like 4 5 topics, starting with artificial intelligence fundamentals, then generative AI basics, natural language processing basics, and large language model, and how Salesforce shapes ethical AI standards in the agentic era. Okay, before we get started, some tips to complete this. All of these things are theory. So understanding the concept well is important. So whatever you understand in this particular trail will play a major role to build your foundation of AI. Whenever you want to start your journey on AI, learning this basic topic would be very helpful. And here we have around 700 points. And to complete it, again, most of the things are theory, but if you want to understand everything in detail, approximately it will take 2 hours. Okay, so I'll jump into my browser. So you guys also can start opening that particular URL which I shared earlier, the trailhead URL, and we'll open up the sheet. Okay, as of now, I have completed Champion Innovator and I'm working on Legend, almost completed. Maybe today, tomorrow, I'll be completing it. But yeah, if you enter into this particular URL trailhead.salesforce.com agent blazer, you will be in this particular page where you will see Champion Innovator and Legend. If you have not started it, it will not show you these options. It will show get started or something. So you can click on that get started. Okay, and I have the other page also where I've created a new Trailhead account, and um, that's completely empty. Okay, now I have opened the other sheet of. Okay, so let me share this screen. Okay, this is the new one which I told, where I haven't started anything on Agent Force or anything. No, no, nothing created. You can see 0 points. Okay, so if you are having similar type of page, you can see this become an Agent Blazer section in your Trailhead, and you can click on Get Started. And as I said earlier, you will enter into this section where it will show Get Started. You can see Innovator and Legend both are locked. So only once you complete Champion, you can enter into level 2, that is Innovator. And once you complete level 2, to enter into level 3, again you need to complete Agent Force Specialist certification. Okay, so this is a simple module where we will discuss about AI related basics and how it was invented. Those things we already covered this. So maybe you guys can uh, check quickly whatever is available. So I'll be giving a voiceover behind the scenes, like what it is, how it is. Maybe you can go and check this module parallelly, and then you can answer the questions if you can do it now, or else maybe you can take time, and after this meet also you can go and try to complete this particular module. Okay, so any questions before this? Okay.
Most of the chat questions are
Okay.
caught up. I think you should be good. But if anyone has still any question unanswered, please unmute yourself and
Maybe
it's the time to
Aishwarya,
ask the
could you
question.
please recap what you told before? Because I joined late, yeah. That's why.
Okay, what do you need, Puneet?
Like
We are.
what this session was about, like the basics, basically.
So sorry to interrupt. So we almost completed 45 minutes. So now going back and then giving a complete summary will be a challenge. But Aishwarya, do you want to give a maybe 30 seconds of purpose of this particular
Yeah,
session and the next one, and then towards the end we will anyway give a summary. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, sure. I'll just give a quick overview what happened in last 45 minutes. So we discussed about basics of AI, how it was invented, and where we are today. And today we'll be learning about Agentblazer challenges. Like we have some status, Agentblazer status. In this session, we are starting with Agentblazer champion, and in the next session, we have one more session on September 6th. Make sure to attend that session. Whoever is attending both the session, one lucky winner is going to get a voucher. So make sure to attend that session as well. And in today's session, we'll be discussing about Agentblazer champion related all the modules in Trailhead. Okay, with that said, hope all of you have opened this particular page, and maybe some of you might have already started reading this thing. So we have four major topics here, which I did not cover in my slides. So that is these things like four capabilities of AI: language processing. So language processing, as I told you, whatever natural language you are going to speak, AI will understand, and this is completely on generative AI side. There will be few topics on predictive AI, but very minimum, because Agent Force relies on generative AI. Again, there are few models which you can connect with the generative AI from the predictive side also, but still, majority of the things will be on generative AI side. So that's where our focus here would be mostly on the generative AI. Okay, so language processing, again, this is all history things. So if you want to go and read in detail, you can go and read. But maybe in short, I'll explain you what these things are. First is language processing. It will make you like whatever language you speak, it is going to understand. AI is going to understand that language and respond back to you. There might be some advertisements that you might have come across that AI is going to respond in your own language, in your mother tongue. So that is because, yeah, AI by default it can understand the language because that is its capability. Language processing, its own capability. Okay, then numeric predictions. I took weather report related information, right? So that is a numeric predictions. There will be some zeros and ones which will be generated as an output. Based on that, the team is going to um, uh, give us an result that today by 1 o'clock it will be raining. So that type of information we are going to get, and that's a numeric prediction. Again, you can see this type of predictions in cricket matches also, like when there is a score, run rate, like expected run rate, those type of things also you can see. That is nothing but a numeric prediction, and AI is behind the scenes. Okay, and here they have given some examples. Good prediction can help you answer all sort of question. Is this customer likely to renew their subscription? Are you at risk for a medical condition? Will there be high demand on power grid this evening? Which sneaker style will be the most popular this season? So these type of things, again, based on the customer's previous data, AI is going to give you some information. So this numeric prediction is what type of AI? Is it a generative AI or a predictive AI? Maybe you can answer in the chat. Just 2 seconds, I'll give. Okay, so the answer here would be it's a predictive AI because it's going to understand from the previous data and give you a response with a numeric value. Whatever predictive AI you take, again, as I am from a marketing cloud background, I can think of all marketing cloud predictive AI features, Einstein related features, whatever we have, like send time optimization, send frequency, those type of things are again related to predictive AI. Then classification. So earlier I took one example of a dog and crocodile. So how it is going to identify whether it is a dog or whether it is a crocodile, that comes under classification. Again, not all AIs are 100% right. Okay, we'll discuss about that also in upcoming modules. And like we are going to train it on the classification, what type of classification it needs to do, and based on that it will tell you whether it is the right one or wrong one. And also, like here you can see some questions like is it a hot dog or a sandwich? Mostly both look similar. If you order something Subway, Subway sandwich would be similar to a hot dog. So how it is going to identify this is a sandwich and this is a hot dog? So that is how you're going to train the AI models. Then again, one more question here is, what is this plant? Is it edible? Is it poisonous? Again, with a click of a picture. Again, if I go back 10, 15 years back, we did not have this much of advancement in technology. We were not able to click pictures on our mobile phone, but now we can do it. And with a click of a picture, we can order something online, and we can also click a picture and understand what type of uh, what to say, a plant it is and what species it is. All these things you can do with technology. So with AI you can go even more beyond that, and you can understand a little more, like, is it edible, is it poisonous? Those type of questions can also be answered by AI, but based on the input that you are going to give. Then this is the future. Again, in Salesforce also there is a plan, robotic navigation. So this would be the future of AI. Everything would be managed, maintained by robo. And almost now also you might have seen in some restaurants, robo will be serving the food. Those type of things are also there. So that is again, robots will be trained on some particular task which human is doing. Okay, with that said, maybe we come to the end of model. Like AI models, we already discussed, neural networks we discussed. So that is what added here as a theory part. So you have two questions here, like what helps computers learn what matters to humans when trying to accomplish a goal? Again, four options. Then which broad category would an AI system fit into if it's used to determine the optimal price of an airline ticket? Again, I think both are easy question. You can just answer this, and maybe I'll not give you answers here, but if at all, if anyone is facing difficulty, maybe you can raise your hand, and then we will come back to your question, and if required, we'll answer that question. Okay, in the meantime, I navigate to the next section. You guys can complete that questions. Okay, I move to next topic, that is generative AI capabilities. Again, we discussed a little more on this generative capabilities. So maybe I might not go in detail here. Maybe I'll discuss about this language models. And if you are having any issues, maybe not on this call, but if you're having any questions or anything later, after completing, after while working on your own, you can go and check here, explore help resources. So that this will route you to help documents related to this particular module, and where you can answer your like question, sorry, ask your questions what you are having, and based on that, someone in the community is going to respond back to your question and help you out. And also you can ask questions directly in the community also, to related to this topic. You need to use the proper tags, like this is related to agent force, you can tag agent force community, so agent force community can come and answer to your question. Then if at all, if you have some feedbacks on this module, again, share your feedback is what you can take. And now we have this ask agent force section, where you can ask questions related to this trail. Maybe everything is generic, but somehow it will help you out. Okay, now I'll tell you more about this language models. So maybe quick thing, like generative AI might seem like this hard new thing, but okay. As I told earlier, we have natural language processing. So that is what the maybe an topic, or maybe a technology behind AI, which will help you which will help AI to understand normal language, whatever you are going to speak, how it is going to understand, because of the um, this particular concept, that is natural language processing basics. So there is a different badge related to this. We'll come to that later, because that is also part of this champion model. Here, natural language, again, natural language processing is like an, in short, it is called as NLP. Okay, the task of this is to understand like words whatever you use in a regular basis, on a daily basis, and based on that it is going to process and respond back to your questions. And how this is trained? Based on lot of data. Again, to work on AI, to get some proper output, you should train your AI in such a way that lot of data you're going to feed. Based on that only you will get proper response. In this case, like whatever sample of data you're going to give, maybe you can also feed internet data directly, which where it will track lot of pages, web pages, websites, and it is going to respond back to your question. So as this is trained on lot of data, as I told, we will call this name as large language model. You might have come across this word many times, LLM, large language model, because you are training AI with lot of data, especially for the natural language processing. So that's where the term large language model. And again, summary, if you want to get a summary of something, you can use, if you want translation, if you want some error correction, those type of spelling mistakes and all, if you want to correct, for that also you can use natural language processing. Then questioning and answering, again part of chat gpt, where you can make use of it. And image generation, this is where the ghibli comes into picture. So everyone started asking chat gpt one fine day that I want to like generate a ghibli art for my image, right? And chat gpt started processing it, and it started to give some images, random images, or maybe a image almost similar to the image what was added in the chat, right? So that is because of guided image generation. Again, there is a llm behind the scenes which made to create an image. So here uh, the question is like someone is asking a 2D line art drawing of a Juliet standing at the window of an old castle. Okay, if you give this type of prompt, you will get some image similar to this. And what it is doing behind the scenes, it's going to search in the internet who is Juliet, whether that is a known person or not, and how that person will look like. All these things it's going to do. And what is 2D line art, how it should be. And what is a castle, how it should look like. Old castle means what, new castle means what. All these things it's going to analyze, and based on that you are going to get an image. Then text to speech, again there will be something in the text, and you will get that as an audio. And again, vice versa of it, you will feed some audio and you will get a response in the text. So these type of things are also part of this natural language processing. Then impressive predictions, where what is the value of a home. It predicts a sequence of words that are likely to have meaning and relevance of the reader. So there is something like home and house, those type of things, right? So based on the data what you have fed, it is going to give you a proper response. That is what impressive prediction is all about. So yeah, it is going to take some time for thinking, but again not much how it was in the traditional AI. And now we have two questions here. What is it called when AI interprets everyday language? And if you ask a generative AI what its favorite color is, and it responds blue, then is it example of what? Okay, so again, whatever we discussed already available, so you can easily pick the answer. Okay, I'll move on. And quickly I'll check the chat also if anyone have any challenges.
Hi, Shwarya. Am I audible? Yeah, I have a question. Like you mentioned right now, so let's take an example of ChatGPT. We are asking anything to it, like any random questions, and it's a very vast. You can put your any questions in that, and it will give an answer. So, what is the source of this data? Like where this diverse data is coming? Like how it is like what is the source of like from where it is fetching the answers and everything.
Okay, as I said, web pages, internet, like when you ask a question in Google, don't think about chat gpt now. Go back few years, where we used to ask questions in Google. What Google used to do, uh, like when you ask one simple question, it is going to search lot of pages and come back with an answer. Similar type of thing AI is also doing. Again, you can also restrict its access, like instead of going and searching everywhere in the internet, go and search only category related to, maybe let's say, I want to know all the species available in this particular planet. So what it is going to do, it's going to search on the species, like that's a tag word. Species is a tag word. It's going to search everything related to species. Okay, and if at all, if you have given a wrong word there, instead of species, if you have given spices, maybe the term is, maybe the spelling is almost same, so that's where you might have given spices instead of species. So it, at that point in time, AI gets confused. It will not go and search species, it will go and search spices. Okay, so that is where we have few things behind, which we will discuss in next topics. We have hallucination. Hallucination means it will not come with a proper answer. It will just give you an answer, but it might not resolve your query 100%. But how it is getting the data, because of all the sources. Again, you can also restrict the source when you implement an agent. In agent force, you can also restrict, no need to search everywhere in the internet. I am going to give you a source, search only in that source and give me a response. Okay, maybe I need to give only the website, which website it needs to search. Whatever customer doing in that particular website, search that and just give me a response. Those type of things can be done within AI. And the sources, if you ask in general, that is internet, all the web pages available in internet. But to specific to a business, maybe it depends. Not always internet is required, but yeah, sometimes it is on internet.
Okay. Thank you, Aishwarya.
Okay. Okay. I think all of you covered two modules by now. Like, first one is artificial intelligence fundamentals, and next one was the generative AI related basics. So now we are getting into the next one, like where we will discuss about transformer, which I already told what is, at least a basic idea of what is transformer. So generative AI is built on top of it. This is also a transformer related uh, topic in data engineering. Okay, then parallel computing. So one computer process can do first calculation while the different processor does the second at the same time. That is parallel computing. So that is what generative AI will do. Maybe one particular processor will be working on an image generation, and the other processor will go and search what are all the components I need to feed into this image generation processor. So that is how a multiple processor will work behind the scene to generate one particular image. So that is what maybe the basics of generative AI. When you ask one question, there will be multiple processor working to bring you that response. And we have GPT models. Like, I don't know how many of you know here about GPT models. Maybe Omni is one such model, GPT-4, GPT-5. These are all the models which is trained on this type of data. Like when it is introduced, when you create your model for the first time, again, in Salesforce, we have that concept, bring your own model. So when you bring your own model, you're going to feed that data. If it is the fresh first time you're creating it, not a duplicate version. If you're creating it from scratch level, then you're going to train it in such a way that what it should answer, what it shouldn't answer, all those things in detail. Okay. Detail matters. How detail you will give data, based on that you will get a proper response.
Actually, I want to ask one thing. Like the knowledge center, is possible to create GPT on the GPT platform, knowledge section.
Knowledge section on GPT platform. Are you asking any specific question to Salesforce knowledge articles?
Source knowledge articles, yeah, same.
Okay. Okay. So knowledge articles will be fed as a source here. Okay, so you can again please confirm me, is my Trailhead screen visible, or is it my this screen visible, this Meet Google Meet team screen visible?
Trailhead screen is visible.
Okay, okay, fine. So to answer your question, you are going to feed knowledge article as a source. Earlier, Samiksha had a question, right? I can bring what would be the source of data, from where I'm going to get data. So from Salesforce perspective, if I need to answer, you are going to feed data through knowledge articles. That is one such source. You can also feed data from the web, from internet, and you can also feed data from knowledge articles. Again, as many knowledge articles you want, you can feed into agent. But however, separation and maybe a proper naming convention is very much important, without which it will be difficult for agent to respond back to your questions. Emerging ecosystem, so this is how it would look like: computing hardware, cloud platforms, foundational models. So on top of the layer you will see only the applications and the data layer, but below that you will see infrastructure optimization, foundational models, cloud platform, and computing hardware. So just a quick overview of what is computing hardware and what are all the computing hardwares available. That is what added over here. Vidya is one such big computing hardware available, which will help in language processing basically. Then the cloud platform, and you know all these big names: Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Oracle. And then foundational models, again the GPT ones: GPT, Claude, Stable Diffusion, and Llama. All these things are the models which will be behind the scenes, which will help you answer the question. And when you are asking any question in chat GPT also, you have an option to select the model, which model you want to use to respond back to your question. And not every model will help you with the same answer. You can try that as well. You ask same question but try to change the model, it will not give you same answer. It will, there will be a variation. Then the next layer is infrastructure optimization. Again, how the infrastructure would look like for a company, how the optimization should look like for the company. Those type of things is behind the scenes. Then the data layer, like how you want to tune your data. Again, someone asked a question on knowledge articles. So how well you need to give your knowledge article to agent force. That is what data layer is all about. Then on top of it, application, where you are going to use this LLM. That is what application is all about. Here comes, okay, so I thought it's a different unit. Here only we have the discussion: hallucination, data security, plagiarism, user spoofing, and sustainability. So these are some of the challenges related to AI. Okay, so as I told, not every time you are going to get the proper 100% accurate response. uh, AI is going to give you some random responses also, instead of telling you that no, I don't know this answer. Okay, so again, similar to a kid doing some mischief and then telling no, I did not do it. Like that, AI is also going to give you some wrong response, and later it is going to tell, oh, okay, okay, I did give you a wrong response, okay, let me go and correct it. Okay, so that is all about hallucination. It will not give you accurate response always, so it is based on the instruction. You need to ask a proper question. You should give a one instruction every time, that if you know the answer, if you have some valid proof for this particular question response, give the answer properly. Otherwise, don't give any hallucinated response. Then that will not give you any random responses. Then data security, again security, especially compared to, like, if I need to speak about Salesforce is having high security. We have trust layer. And if at all, if you are working for a financial brand or a healthcare where security is very important, the data security will play a major role. And if you are working for European countries where GDPR is very much required, there also agent force and all these things you can configure in such a way that data will be secured. Then plagiarism, again, but still when you are asking a question on a normal public platform like chat gpt, be very careful, because that is the challenge here, right? No, I'm not speaking about we shouldn't speak about salesforce actually. It's a general issue with generative ai. When we use chat gpt, um, data might not secure. Whatever you are feeding, it is going to remember, and someone ask about you, it's easily it will give you details about you, that this person is this, he asked me about this question. Those type of things will definitely happen. So whenever you are asking any question in chat gpt, be mindful whether if it is in any of your personal information, don't share it with chat gpt. And not chat gpt, any particular ai platform for that matter. Then plagiarism, like image generation, which we discussed already. So that type of things can happen, and maybe someone else photo coming on some other one's video, which is very popular nowadays. There will be a video generated with someone's face on with some other image. So that is plagiarism. Then user spoofing, again someone fake users will be utilizing your profile. Those type of things are nothing but user spoofing. Then sustainability, like how you can sustain, how ai can sustain, that is what sustainability is all about. um, so developing a proper models is very much important, and giving a proper instruction is very much important to overcome these challenges. Okay, so here we have two questions. So maybe you can read these questions and uh, answer this, and we'll move on to the next one. We'll maybe cover few more topics. Let me go back and check how much we have. Okay, next one would be natural language processing basic, then large language model. How Salesforce shapes ethical AI. So I'll come to large language model and natural language processing basics. So just a guideline here. So if at all, if you're starting this particular badge on your own, not in this particular session, in that case, it's better if you start with this particular topic first. Get started with artificial intelligence basic. But here you can pick first pick this one, artificial intelligence fundamentals. Then maybe generative AI, what we just now saw. But in this natural language processing and large language models, again, these are sequential models only. So if you go in the sequential order, it would be beneficial for you to understand. There will be an interlinking things, so it will be easy for you to understand. If not, maybe if you want to jump to any other module, then you will be feeling a little bit stuck, that you might not understand few terminologies or few topics clearly. So that's where go in the sequential order to complete these modules. Okay, now we'll discuss about natural language processing. There is an history about NLP. So yeah, we'll see what questions we have. Human language is natural language understanding and natural language generation. Okay, and maybe we can go back few years, like when computer was answering everything in zeros and ones. Later, it was trained to understand some words, some languages. But even then, behind the scenes, what is going to happen? How computation works in any processing with zeros and ones, with binary language only, right? But in AI also, like the initial language was like basic zeros, ones, and those type of things. Later, they introduced to some language, some basic languages, and then they trained a little bit more on some patterns, data patterns. And then that was even more trained on like structuring of data, categorization of data, classification, what we saw earlier. So those type of things was done. So here there is one particular statement. Tala is a 5-year-old spayed 65-pound female husky who loves to play in park and take long hikes. She is very gentle with young children and is great with cats. This blue-eyed sweetheart has a long gray and white coat that will need regular brushing. You can schedule a time to meet Tala by calling the Trodel shelter. So this is all about a dog. Okay, they're speaking about a dog here, and some details about that particular dog. Okay, this looks like a paragraph. It's not having much information, but this is an unstructured data. When we say unstructured data, that is like it will not have any rows and columns. Okay, basic thing is, when we will say that as unstructured, when it's not having any rows and columns. If I need to make it structured, I need to add some rows and columns to it. So whatever we just now saw as a statement, you can see that as a rows and column things here. Name, like you can add name as a column and add tala as one particular value, field value there. Then one more column, age, and then a value, spayed or neutered, again a value. Like that, you are going to give some values or a rows and column fashion. Then that becomes a structured language. So this is what going to happen behind the scenes to respond back to your questions. And again, we have one more type of data, semi-structured data. Like if you are working on JSON, that is again considered as a semi-structured data. If you want to give some details in JSON format, you're going to instruct AI in semi-structured manner. If you are feeding AI with the PDF files, that is unstructured manner. Again, if you are feeding with some images, unstructured manner. Structured means you need to give something like this, a detailed things in this fashion. Then that would be considered as a structured input. Then natural language understanding and generation. Again, there is an algorithm behind it which will understand your language and generate the response accordingly. Okay, so that is what this section is all about. So I'll just read one paragraph here. This one, made use of explicit linguistic structured representation like parse trees. Again, those are some of the terminologies or algorithms. Again, if you need to go deep into AI, it's better to understand these terminologies in a better manner. Uh, Hope you know parsing. Parsing is like where we will define what that particular category, those type of parsing, like understanding and then generating something. So that is what NLU and NLG will do, parsing trees. That's again a structured view of NLU and NLG, which will give you a response. And yeah, from where you will understand a different languages and what you need to respond back. So here is some example on Chinese language. There is a sentence from Chinese language and that needs to be converted to an English language. Some intermediate structures, and this neural networks will recognize patterns, words and phrases to make language processing exponentially faster and more contextually accurate. Again, though they have mentioned this way, make sure that is accurate. Like whatever response you are going to get, that is accurate. Because maybe the way you speak, like if you are having one mother tongue, the way you speak is different. You will be the native speaker, but if someone else learn your language and speak your language, it would be not accurate like how you speak, right? Similarly, this natural language generators and understanders also, maybe there will be same type of words in your language which it might not understand as two different words. That might also cause some confusions. So don't rely on this translators 100%, but still keep it for any emergency purpose where you don't have any other mode of translators available. Again, few simple questions here. What is natural language? In what ways have neural network impacted NLP? Okay, I think here also the questions and answers are quite simple. Okay, if anyone wants to bored of reading all these things, you can also play this particular audios. In some of the Trailhead modules, you can see this audios Trailcast. It's by name Trailcast. If you play this audio, it will read each and every statement for you, and maybe you can parallelly do some work also, and later come back and answer questions. But still, that's not 100%. Like whatever is added over here, you might not see the 100% same statements in the Trailcast. It might vary. Even they will give some disclaimer also in the beginning that it might vary. Okay, so here it is explaining more about the parsing, how it is going to parse, how it is going to segment, tokenize, stemming, all these things. Let's take some example here. Somewhere they have given one example. Okay, I'll just go into this section directly, but maybe if you want, you can read this one also, elements of natural language. So there is some uh, statement given here. Okay, like six bison. We saw six bison on vacation in Yellowstone National Park. Okay, so that's a statement, but like how a person will think about six bison, that is it. And but if at all, if you want to give some extra masala to it, uh, there is something like bison wearing a hat and a sunglasses because it's a vacation. When you just feed this data to AI, vacation means some holiday mode, and like if you are feeding the data related to some holiday pictures where a person is wearing a hat and a cool glasses, then similarly if bison, six bisons wearing some hats and cool sunglasses, how it would look like. So understanding that context is also important, whether that is true or not, that is also important. So that is where this parsing comes into picture. It should understand vocabulary, grammar, syntax, semantics, pragmatics, then discourse and dialogue, phonetics and phonology, morphology. Okay, how it needs to communicate, what type of geographical things that it should consider, whether that bison will wear a hat or not. Those type of things also plays some important role to in generating response. Okay, then parsing natural language again. We have syntactic parsing and semantic parsing. Your text, whatever you're going to give, that will be chunked into pieces. We call that as segmentation, and based on that it is going to give some numbering to it. We call that as vectorization, and based on that it will also do some tokens. Again, if you are from marketing background, you might have come across this term tokenization sending. So that tokenization happens behind the scenes where the words will be split into individual letters, or if it is a sentence, it will be split into individual words, and it will give some meaning to it. Then stemming. Stemming is like words are reduced to their root form, the basic things, and then it will understand what it is. So here they have taken some example like breaking, breaks, unbreakable are reduced to break. Stemming helps to reduce the variation of word forms, but depends on the context. Okay, so here there is example. I'm going outside to rake leaves. Here the stem is leave, and he always leaves the key in the lock. So that is also leave. So uh, check this context. So that leaves is different and this leaves is different. So that type of tagging is important. So that's what this parsing will do. Then semantic analysis, it should understand the context properly. What type of context you are speaking, and what is your current sentiment status, like whether you are in a positive mode, negative mode, those type of things also needs to be analyzed, and it should give you a proper response related to it. Then intent analysis, what is your intent in asking this question? Maybe I need to log into a platform, I don't know the password, I forgot the password. So what is the intention here? I need to log into the platform. That is the intent here. Based on that, my AI should respond back with proper response. Then the context analysis, again, what is the situation, where I need to respond, what I need to respond, that also plays a role. But also keep in mind, even though we are discussing this, there is a hallucination factor behind the scenes. So whenever you are asking any question, be mindful in your question. Okay, which NLP technique uses part of speech to more accurately find the root of a word? Okay, we have some options here. Sorry guys, I lost in between, so anyone please help me out, till where I was there on this call.
Aishwarya, you almost covered that. We were in for the questions. We were looking at the questions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And hope all are following. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat if all are following. If you are having any concerns, please feel free to add your feedback or comments in the chat section. Okay, cool. Okay, we are here and we need to quickly complete as much as possible. Maybe within 5-10 minutes, if I complete, then we'll take one short break. So, how do large language models work? This is all about LLMs and what are all the examples of LLMs available. And we have Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, all these things are big names you might have already come across. Okay, and we discussed about large model. Why the term large language model? Because the natural language processing, when it is fed with lot of data, then the term would be large language model. Again, when you think of large amount of data, even when you are having millions of data, like categorizing it would be difficult. But when you are having large amount of data, billions of data, millions of data available for one single context, and you need to get a response immediately within a fraction of second, imagine how fast the computation is. Not competition, computation, how fast the processing is, how fast I'll get the response, right? uh, so that is how this LLM will help you in doing it. So we will have like versions, like GPT versions, where the models that we will use mostly are OpenAI model, Gemini models. In OpenAI also we have different versions, like we have some GPT mini version and GPT 4 5 5 is the advanced one, and 4 5, as I told you, if you want you can change the models and test the response as well. Okay, so here, what is LLM training? So gather books and articles. So imagine collecting, again, this is a story here, collecting massive pile of books, articles, and other writings to teach a robot. Okay, so I need to teach a robot what it needs to do. Maybe if you have watched Rajnikant's robot movie, you can imagine to that, like how Rajnikant used to train the robot. Similar to that, like we are training a robot with lot of books, articles, and writings, and then practice reading. Like now robo need to read those things, understand what it is, and then come up with a response, right? So that is practice reading, understand the context, then check answers. After the robo makes a guess, you show it the correct word from the actual text. If the robo guesses wrong, or if it is not correctly giving you the answer, again it's your duty to make it understand what it is, with lot of data fed into it. Okay, now robo, you imagine that as a machine, you imagine that itself as a computer, where you are going to make it understand. You are creating an application, let's say. You need to give feed lot of data to it to make it understand what it needs to perform. That is what practice reading, gathering books, checking answer, all these things are. Until and unless you get the proper 100% accurate result, you are going to repeat this process. But however, you are going to test with 100 records, let's say, but there will be 101th record which might be unique from 100 records. Okay, so always test as much as possible with lot of data available. If at all, uh, once in a blue moon, if you get something new, then agent might fail, I mean to say AI might fail. That is going to happen, so better to test and test as much as possible, and then you can deploy AI or application, whatever you are preparing, you can deploy it once everything is ready. Then here, coming to the story back, like specializing and then graduating. Once the robot is ready, and if it gathered all the information necessary, then that particular robot is ready to graduate. Okay, so that is the story behind LLM training. So that is what we will also do for agent force agents also. Then fine tuning. In fine tuning, we have three things, major three things: transfer learning, efficiency, and better performance. We are going to look into it. Then what's in a version, like we have different versions, as I said. So these are different versions, and what is the size of data, all these things are mentioned over here. Version 1 of chat gpt, sorry, not chat gpt, version 1 of gpt. Then version 2 OpenAI GPT-2, then version 3 GPT-4, like that. A detail has been given, how it was different from the previous version, what changes was brought here. Then the fine tuned version, then other iterations, all these things are available over here. Okay, what are all the variables that model learns during its training process is the first question. Why are parameters important in large language models? So that would be the second question. Okay, so yeah, you guys can answer this question. So I'll move on to the next one. Okay, for the interest of time, I will skip this one, but I'll just give a break after one topic. So maybe you guys can go and complete this if at all. If anyone don't want to take a break, you can just complete that second module. And then how Salesforce shapes ethical AI. It's a link actually. Okay, so it's actually a story which will tell you like how what are all the guiding principles for responsible agentic AI. Five guidelines has been given, and how trusted AI principles are maintained in Salesforce. So officially now we entered into Salesforce AI as part of this particular session, and from now on we'll be discussing more on Salesforce side of AI. Then accuracy, safety, honesty, empowerment, sustainability. So keep these terminologies in mind. And also if at all, if you want to go and understand theory part of it, go and understand, like as most of the things we already covered in our previous modules, but this is more specific on the Salesforce side, how it is maintained. Those type of things has been added here in the link. Okay, so it's a basic model, basic link related to AI, what is being kept as ethical standards. And maybe if you are attempting for certification related to AI, there would be one question related to this topic. So maybe if you, anyone planning to take up certification, just focus on this one. One question would be there from here. And generative AI basic, you might get many questions. And artificial intelligence fundamentals also, like one or two questions from artificial intelligence. Okay, before we get into Salesforce AI part, maybe just a quick break will take for 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes now from now on. Okay, 5 minutes from 11:40 will again rejoin.